Hello. A few words about TRAVELSTORE. TRAVELSTORE is what we could call an aggregator of leading companies in business travel and in corporate events, with operations in Portugal and in some African countries. We enjoy strategic international partnerships with some of the world's leaders in the industry: American Express Global Business Travel, global DMC partners in the event business, and TravelMade in the high-end leisure travel business. You may find, in fact, many more details about us in the website grupotravelstore.com. I think it's still a bit early to call them success stories, as only later we will find out about the real outcome of these initiatives. However, I still like to believe that our ability to come up with various ideas is just by itself a success, as well as to find out that many of our customers support us in our efforts, some by contracting these new services, others by letting us know that they firmly count on us to resume business as soon as they are allowed to. Well, I think that the very significant increase in the teleworking trend is an opportunity for Portugal, because it should allow the country to position itself as clearly being one of the best countries in Europe to work, whether it's on a temporary basis or on a more permanent format. And we could, like that, attract people who stay, for instance, just a few months in Portugal, and then they go elsewhere, or they go and work back home. So Portugal could clearly demonstrate all the skills it brings together to meet the needs and the expectations of the so-called tribes and the nomadic teleworkers that we will see emerging more and more in our society. So we know that almost all destinations use the same arguments to attract visitors, and this is why Portugal needs to tell a different story. This story, which is a true one, is the story of one of the safest countries in the world, a country that offers all the ingredients that provide quality of life to its residents. And this kind of story would certainly be a winner to welcome more visitors from short to long term. Well, in search adverse context, reinvention is certainly the key ingredient for survival. However, I have to say that reinvention has been in the DNA of the company since its foundation, to the point, to be honest, that we feel almost on daily basis the pressure of having to cope with change, and sometimes it's not easy for everyone. And an illustration of that is just the tagline of the company that we operate in business travel, TRAVELSTORE American Express, GBT, which is business travel reinvented. So, saying that, the COVID crisis is forcing us to even go beyond by simply creating new revenue streams, new services, new business areas. And we have a very significant portfolio of loyal corporate customers that, under the current crisis, are not able either to travel or to organize events, but customers who for years have been relying on us to deliver high standards of services. So I think it's up to us to identify potential areas where we could add value and make a difference, which is exactly what we've been trying to do in the past months, even if it means doing something quite different from the core businesses. In fact, there is an area that where we feel quite comfortable, which is the area of technology. We have a small software house in the group that is now actively involved in digitalizing processes for our customers and in developing innovative solutions for us internally, but also for customers. I am relatively conservative about resuming or the rebound of business travel when the current health crisis is behind us. On the other hand, I am very optimistic about the meetings and events industry. I think business travel will see a structural change with, we all know the platforms, communication platforms that replace some of the trips that we used to do in the past. That will happen, and maybe we will see a reduction in the market of 20-25% in the coming years. Of course, for a company like ours, this can be also an opportunity, because as the offer will be, the demand will be shrinking, the offer will also be more limited, so we may have the opportunity to gain market share. I think we might see a bubble in business travel just at the end of the crisis, because many companies will need to, go back and see their customers, meet again with their teams, but then on a more longer term, we will see a reduction. On the other hand, as I was saying, on meetings and events, the current restrictions on physical distancing between individuals is causing the effect of a pan under pressure that sometimes is going to blow up. So we might see, when this is behind us, a rush towards people gathering, people in need of, basically hugging, people in need to celebrate the return to normal, the revenge of the physical over the virtual after a long period of deprivation. So Portugal can then clearly benefit from this event bubble movement. This crisis will have practically not affected the substantial capacity of the destination to compete in the global meetings and events market. Security, heritage, quality of the welcome, climate, notoriety are, I think, some of the key assets that will have resisted to the crisis. So Portugal will come out as a winner after this crisis. The human factor is with no doubt the most challenging one in this crisis. For the past 20 years, we have been attracting, we have been recruiting talents, and now suddenly sales are down to almost 90% due to the COVID virus. We keep hoping that this nightmare is temporary and that we will soon go back to normality, but we all know that there are still a lot of uncertainties, and we do have to contain our costs as much as we can, and of course this involves human structure. I have to say, however, that everyone in the company has been absolutely fantastic. Everyone has been accepting very tough sacrifices to help the company resist the storm. And we've always been convinced, this is part of the culture of TRAVELSTORE, convinced that it is people who make a difference, that people are the main asset of a company, and certainly of our company. So in moments of difficulty such as this one, we must show our associates that they are not a number on a spreadsheet, but that they are human beings who we care about, the same human beings who we expect to deliver highly personalized and humanized services to our customers. So, as I was saying, TRAVELSTORE's culture has always been one of enthusiasm and passion, but that has to be felt not only during the good times, but also in bad times such as now.